Have you ever had one of those nights where you're lying in bed, scrolling through your phone, and suddenly you realize another day just passed? Nothing really changed. You told yourself you'd start working on your goals tomorrow. You promised you'd wake up earlier tomorrow. You said you'd get your life together tomorrow. But somehow tomorrow keeps moving. And slowly, life starts to feel stuck, not because you're lazy, not because you're not capable, but because of a few small habits you probably don't even notice. Today we're going to talk about 7 tiny habits that quietly keep your life exactly where it is, and once you see them, you can finally start moving forward again. One of the biggest lies we believe is this: I'll start when I feel motivated. But motivation is unreliable. Think about it. Nobody wakes up excited to study, work out, or build something meaningful every day. People who change their lives don't wait for motivation. They move before it shows up. Because action creates motivation, not the other way around. So instead of saying, I'll do it when I feel ready, try this instead. I'll just start for 5 minutes. Most of the time, those 5 minutes turn into 30. You open social media and suddenly it feels like everyone else is ahead. Someone your age already built a business. Someone else is traveling the world. Another person is already successful. And before you know it, you start thinking, I'm behind. But here's the problem. When you compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, you'll always feel like you're losing. Comparison doesn't inspire progress. It quietly kills it. The moment you stop measuring your life against everyone else, you finally have space to build your own. This one is sneaky. The moment you feel bored, you reach for your phone. 5 minutes becomes 20. 20 becomes an hour. And suddenly, the time you could have used to think, plan, or work on something meaningful is gone. But boredom is actually important. Boredom is where ideas start. It's where you reflect on your life. It's where clarity shows up. So next time you feel the urge to grab your phone instantly, pause for a minute. Let your mind breathe. You might be surprised what comes out of it. This thought stops more people than failure ever could. I'm too late. Too late to start learning something new. Too late to build a career. Too late to change your habits. But think about this. 5 years from now, time will pass anyway. The only question is whether you'll arrive there with new skills and progress, or with the same regrets. Most successful people didn't start early. They started late and consistent. And consistency always beats timing. When people try to change their life, they usually start like this. I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. I'll study 4 hours every day. I'm quitting every bad habit starting tomorrow. And it works for about 3 days. Then everything collapses because massive change is overwhelming. Real progress usually starts small: 1 page, 10 minutes, a short walk, a single habit. Small changes may feel insignificant, but repeated every day, they reshape your life. Have you ever had an idea and then immediately shut it down? I'm not good enough. That probably won't work. Someone else is already doing it better. This quiet self-doubt keeps people stuck for years, not because they lack ability, but because they never give themselves permission to try. Every skill you admire today started with someone being bad at it first. Progress requires uncomfortable beginnings. The people who grow the most are simply the ones who keep going anyway. This might be the most dangerous belief of all. We think changing our lives requires some dramatic transformation, a new personality, a huge burst of discipline, a complete reset. But most life changes happen through tiny repeated actions: reading 10 pages every day, going to bed a little earlier, working on a skill for 20 minutes. They don't look impressive in the moment, but over months, they quietly reshape your identity. You stop being someone who wants change and become someone who lives it. If life feels stuck right now, it's probably not because you're incapable. It's usually because of small patterns running in the background. Waiting for motivation, comparing yourself to others, constant distraction, believing you're too late, setting impossible goals, doubting your ideas, and thinking change has to be dramatic. But here's the good news. If small habits can keep you stuck, small habits can also move you forward. You don't need to fix everything today. Just pick one thing from this video. Maybe it's starting something for 5 minutes. Maybe it's putting your phone down tonight. Maybe it's finally giving yourself permission to try. One small step is enough to begin. Because progress rarely comes from one big moment. It comes from quiet decisions repeated every day. So start small, start today, and let's improve together. Ah!